handset. There's a tone. The machine is operable.
Plenty of
Calling. Still calling. End of tone. Someone picks up.
Yeah, someone actually picks this up.
Pierre, is that you, Pierre?
Heck, really?
Say you're not Pierre. That seems like a better idea. You don't know why.
Do you have any news about Pierre?
Who is Pierre?
He's my sister's grandson. He used to visit me as a lad. Fine young man.
I know.
But who are you then? A salesman of some sort? Modern goods are rubbish, and I can't afford them anyhow. It's a shame what you did to our country.
Oh. I'm a police officer.
Hell with the police.
Her voice is drowned in white noise. Sounds like waves washing a beach, growing in volume until the call suddenly disconnects.
No. Why did you? This is so weird. Let's try again.
Calling. Still again. Someone with a mask.
Hello, Gerard speaking.
Hello, Gerard. Technically speaking, you're electricity. No, what you are is a surprise. Get his wife on the phone.
Who is this?
Theory. Let's try this.
Who the fuck do you think you are talking to me like that?
What the hell is this?
Very funny, asshole. Why don't you grow up?
Phone disconnected.
Let's try again.
Calling. Still.
Stop calling me, man. I'll get you your money, alright? I just need till tonight. Let me work. Texas. Hey! You're not...
Disconnect.
Okay. Some kind of random number. Camera.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you? Hold on.
Let's
I've
go.
got Central Jamrock Public Library on the line, and I...
Yes, this is Central Jamrock Public Library here. How can I help you, officer?
Billy Majan.
Billy Majan, you said.
Majan.
Give me a moment, I'll have to check our database.
On Moreau Drive in central Jamrock, in a darkened hall lit by orange desk lamps far away from the noise outside, a middle-aged man taps commands into an old radio computer. A printout falls on the desk. Behind him, a lonely reader scours some dusty bookshelves, looking for a paperback.
It's still
Yes,
on.
hello, are you still there?
They're back.
I found Billy Majan's home address, is that alright? No phone number, unfortunately.
They're too poor to have a phone line.
Okay.
Here we go, sir. Rue de Saint-Ghislain, 33B, apartment number 20. It's in Martinez, I believe. Cape Side Apartments, it says. That's all.
That's where the smoker on the balcony lives, isn't it?
It's says here that they returned their last book just a few days ago, but I wasn't at work that day. Marie? Marie? Do you remember a reader named Billy Majon? They returned a Tybalt book the other day.
Maurice, what? A woman yells.
Marie.
Then, yes. Okay, if it was the police, she starts
Yes, it was my colleague Marie. She said that it was Billy's husband who returned the book. He also asked for this new sci-fi release, Lowe's Radio City 87.
Good. You have a name now.
Oh. Billy.
Marie knows Billy. She's been working here longer than me. Sometimes her husband returns some books for her.
Hey.
Sorry, no. Marie only knows him by sight. Marie! She said it was an older man, and that she's pretty sure he'd had a drink or two the last time she saw him. 1 second. Sorry, Marie wasn't really paying any attention to that. Happy we could help. Goodbye, officer.
Anything else you need from me?
Yep. We good.
57's over and out.
In the cabin, you see
Oh, at least we got a clue.
a weathered brown door.
Yes.
Something smells good. Soup allongio. The lieutenant motions to you to go ahead and knock. Get yourself together. It's just police work.
Hold on, let me save.
A weathered brown. The lieutenant. Get yourself together. It's just police work.
You're right. Let's talk this through.
You hear light footsteps passing.
We have our first preliminary identification. In all likelihood, the deceased is the husband of Billy Majon. We need to confirm this, as well as deliver the death notification to Billy herself. Now, delivering a death notification is never an easy task. There's a reason why it's often called the most stressful part of our job. This is why it's usually done in pairs. You got this. I'll be monitoring reactions, ready to act if necessary. Dead? Just don't say that you know how they feel. You don't.
You don't.
The lieutenant motions to.
Hello? Who is it?
Oh, your husband is dead.
And someone turns down the radio.
The police. A moment, please give us a moment.
Tidying up. Nervously.
Come in, the door is open.
Oh yeah. Billie Jean. Wow. There's a lot of stuff. Oh, he's smoking again? I'm gonna check out your house. We got killed. Okay. It is gonna be tough to actually break down the
It's
names.
you from the book stand. Did you come to bring my cockatoo back?
Book stand?
I don't think I introduced myself properly. I'm Billy. Would you like something to drink?
The lieutenant has taken off his foggy glasses and is busy cleaning them in his handkerchief. Condensation from stepping inside.
Is this about Victor, my husband? Is he in some kind of trouble again? I can come pick him up in the station if that's what.
Uh-oh.
Keep it together. You don't want your body language to tell her the news.
Sorry, I'm rambling. It's just that Victor often gets into all kinds of trouble. So, how can I help you?
Definitely no small talk. This isn't the time or place. It's like ripping off a bandage. The least painful way is to do it straight away, without stalling.
Oh, shucks.
It's me, Victor, and the kids here. We have 2 daughters, Jenny and Jolie. The girls are staying at their friend's place tonight, and Victor is out.
She swallows visibly.
He has a problem with drinking, and so he disappears every now and then. He's probably in the parks drinking with his friends.
Oh, no.
I sent him to the library a few days ago, but I guess something came up. Just to return a book of mine? Why? Why all those questions? Yes.
Yeah, he did manage to make it though.
His old leather jacket. It's just your average brown leather jacket. Yes. The lining is hand-sewn. It's blue. I tried to make the thing more weatherproof since he's running around with it in the middle of winter. No, I guess I'll find out when he decides to come. It shouldn't be long from now.
She folds her hands. Here it comes.
Okay. 83 now. Oh.
Ask more. You've done this before.
Ah.
Just keep your focus.
No, I'm not sorry.
Yes, that's the most important thing. Use that word.
What did you say?
A great and terrible spike. The blood freezes in her veins.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh. But he was just...
But he was just here.
We understand this comes as a huge shock. I want you to know that me and my partner are here for you if you have any questions. Take your time, ma'am.
What happened to him?
Oh.
Was he drunk? I see. And you just found him there. How long had he...
If you say 2 days maybe, it will be etched in her mind forever.
2 days. Hmm. Two days. They go with 2 days? I think she remember it.
She blinks, eyes welling up with tears, as her hand starts searching for something.
Here.
No. I just need to tell my girls.
It burns like acid.
God. Should I call them? Should I tell them?
No. A day.
Actually, I should have told her 2 days. A day.
Good. That's probably the right thing. Thank you.
She can't take much more. Her stomach is churning. Soon, she will have to go to the bathroom and scream.
Just tell me, what do I need to do next? Where is he? Can I see him?
We've taken him to the city morgue. The local coroner will be contacting you shortly to arrange the funeral. Here's his number in case you want to contact him earlier.
Oh.
A very good call.
Is there anything else that the RCM could do for you?
No, I'll call you if something comes up. I'm still... Thank you. Thank you for telling me. I'll call if
These are her last reserves of strength. Her muscles will give in soon. Already, she starts to shake.
We should step outside and talk.
Library card. Oh yeah. Oh no.
You did well. You did enough. Can't save the whole world, you know.
Can't bring the dead back.
I'll call the station when we're finished with the day and let them know the name of the deceased. They'll manage.
They have to. It's not your place to live their lives.
That's it. We should get back to our case now that our duty here is done. Let's go.
Yay! Case clue.
You see a set of tattered curtains blocking the way to another room. A strange cage-like trinket dangles from the curtains.
Strange, like.
Excuse me, officer. The back room is strictly for employees only.
Uh-huh.
Nothing. Why aren't you browsing the books?
She speaks almost as if she's trying to put us. Oddly enough, the more she tries to draw you away from the curtains, the more alluring they become. You see some kind of charm, an irregular polyhedron. This is a traditional Seminese ward, meant to provide protection against ill luck. Inhabitants of Elysium,
from
the
this.
Seminine Islands down south. Aside from poking at it suspiciously, there is nothing else to do with the fishhead charm at this time. The curtains remain shut before you.
Open up.
Just as you're about to pull apart the curtains, the petrified voice of the shop owner cries out once more.
Sir, don't touch that. I told you it's off limits for the customers.
Uh-huh.
Parapsychologically speaking, we're done if you decide to open them. I won't be held responsible for the consequences.
Done.
It's too dangerous.
She looks away, mumbling. Why is everyone always messing with the curtains? Why can't they just buy books like normal people?
I must investigate.
Why? It's not like anyone was killed there. I am sorry. I don't mean to be so impolite. Just please don't go there. I can't allow that. You'll
What?
only make things worse
Powers?
and unleash the powers.
The curtains do seem frail suddenly, not robust enough to contain a slippery darkness.
No, it's just a storeroom for the employees. I told you.
Then why are you
Now,
afraid
please
of?
step away from the curtains.
It is calling for
You
me.
do? My God, even more reasons not to mess with the curtains. Just step away, dear sir. Thank you. Let's just talk about this first, or...
Lies. Rip them open, we say. The curtains, tattered with age and covered in dust, hang before you, as if taunting you. You see a dimly lit room full of dusty furniture and trash. A doorway stands in the back, covered in dozens of scary little Seminese wards, your shadow looming over it like an omen.
Whoa. What the heck?
I warned you. You're unleashing forces beyond your understanding.
Suddenly she's talking about ghosts. I don't care about ghosts. Ain't afraid of them. Oh, it looks creepy enough. No sane person will ever put their head into such a machine. Oh, the Glim Le Million. What the heck?
A heavy door with a missing handle stands before you, covered in dozens, if not hundreds, of Seminese trinkets and charms.
Oh,
it
what the
appears
heck?
to be locked.
Seems to be a bit creepy.
What if you just break it down?
Break it down. Ooh, challenging. pain threshold is high. Not before I strategize.
That's right. Take in your surroundings. You need to have a solid ground and a proper posture if you want to succeed.
Check the
Steady
posture.
breathing. Solid core. You've got this. With one shoulder forward, you're ready to smash into the door like a battering ram.
Yeah, I like the sound of it.
The room is dimly lit and littered with old barbershop rubbish, but the path to the door is clear. It's made of a solid block of wood, but it has stood there for ages. The hinges are old and coated with a carmine layer of rust. It should be doable. Only an echo. No one is there. A hollowed-out dark echo.
Dark echo. One more door. Broke into Kuno's apartments. Broke into Kuno's apartment. Let's go. Let's break it down like a bulldozer. Ooh. Okay, damage.
You smash into the wood and see a small crack appear on the door frame. It's going to take one more try to break through to the other side.
Oh
But
yeah.
You've done it.
You're not thinking of trying again, are you?
Of course I'm gonna smash again. Freeze, dirtbag. Let's go. Oh, that worked. What? Is this some kind of gym? Oh, interesting. Let's check out that dripping. That is dripping from a punch bag. Oh, we can go up. That's a ladder. Yes, what's up, Lisa?
What is this place?
It's an adventure. Wait. It's maybe Amitab's boxing club for young.
I think you're right, though it looks like no one's been here in ages.
Right.
I doubt the electricity still works. Good thing we have a flashlight on us. Don't forget to take it out of your bag before we move on.
Alright.
Some specks of dust shimmer in a faint beam of daylight falling from the window. Other than that, the room is dark.
Huh.
Yes, because it's closed. No need to look for supernatural explanations where a banal one will do. Now let's move on, shall we?
Give me.
A barbell lies on the floor. The color has worn off its weight plates.
Oh.
It's 60 kilograms. Your triceps hum at the sight of these weights. Show the world what kind of beast it's dealing with. Lift them.
Really?
There are no collars on the barbell. This is a safety hazard.
There's no collars on the map. Oh shoot.
You're right. The weight may fall off. Better not touch it then. It would be a violation of EPIS safety regulations if the gym was still operating, but it isn't. No one's supposed to come here anymore.
Ah, but it's nothing for me. Let's go. I have the armored glove and the armor. Ooh. Shit.
Conjuring up an inhuman amount of strength, you raise the barbell up in the air. Your biceps tremble, but you're a savage. This is a
Savage.
children's game.
I'm the true champion. Ooh. Hit, boy.
A warm wave of accomplishment washes over your head as you drop the barbell to the floor. For a moment, it feels like you're strong enough to succeed at anything you ever set your mind to.
Good technique.
What technique? This is raw power, dude. Oh, I definitely need a torchlight for this area. Oh god. Oh, money. Show me the money, yeah? Green, yellow color. How is it moving? More. It must be. Oh, there's money right here. Good. Stream. Oh, okay. Production schedule. Oh, it's definitely made for my quest. The old dude right there.
Your flashlight slides over an old green chalkboard covered in scribbles, sketches, and schemes like some ancient cave mural.
It looks like Lord of the Rings.
Some of the writing has faded with age, but you can still make out sections here and there. These lithe, pointy-eared creatures appear to be different types of welkins. You make out autumnal candle welkins, casting wax-based magic.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Translucent welkins, with organs shining under their skin. And even ether welkins, hailing from the vast emptiness of sidereal space. You should adopt one of those welkins as your persona. No longer a mere man. One of the welkins, towering among the rest, appears to be different, however. It's Vara Hamira, a high welkin, his face white and scarred like cracked marble. This is clearly a welkin supremacist. The note says, all non-welkin races will be purged. The Haldor, the Twarg, the humans, and even headless men, all of them, purged. Imagine a world filled only with welkin, green welkin, dread welkin, and the high welkin to rule them all.
An inordinate amount of time has gone into drawing these little welkin creatures.
Right.
Political commentary. That one has a great beard too. Some people really like building a world, I think, even if it's just for a game. This looks like concept art for a project. It's not really real.
That's true.
Just look at those details. So much effort.
The photo collage depicts barren, icy landscapes wrapped in perpetual night. Entire oceans have been frozen from shore to shore. There are pictures of settlements on dried-up riverbeds, abandoned in a storm. You see primitive oil rigs built into glaciers, Boreal Dvorg, yurts under the snow, great mammoth-like beasts of burden. Albeit dark and cold, this vision also feels cozy in its own way, like eggnog or morphine, a much-needed respite from our own world. A pinned postcard reads, "The heat death scenario, a desperate fight for geothermal energy engulfs the world as Wirral becomes untethered from its sun, drifting through the universe." This is a monthly calendar from the year 50. Cryptic words like sprint, daily minimi, and GPI span the mark-drawn grid, the grand scheme of production and money. It looks a bit like an academic calendar, only much more brutal. So much pain, back pain, neck pain, headaches, carpal tunnel, chest pain. No gym membership can make up for working in this manner. Minimi stands for a mini-meeting. It's part of a bigger framework for managing work called RUN. Station 41 tried to implement it a few years ago, but failed. As time goes on, the numbers in the boxes grow rarer and rarer. The board becomes an empty snowfield in the final days.
Looks like they didn't make it.
A note in the bottom left corner of the chalkboard says, See the prod schedule filament for details. The handwriting is only partly legible, but you can still make out 3 slogans. Call in, tune out, Wirral
slogan.
Untethered, and Heat Death of the Universe. The full text reads, Heat Death of the Universe is the new black. Another note says, outside, a cold wind wraps the building in its bosom. Snowflakes in the wind. An old woman passes what the locals call the doomed commercial area.
Oh, no wonder.
This appears to be some kind of machine with a cube-shaped heart and a wired framework. The keyboard has a rectangular on-off button. A piece of paper still hangs from the printer.
A radio computer. Just sitting here without anyone inside.
What he means is that these things cost money. Why would anyone just leave it behind?
It's expensive.
This is the Ream Civic radio computer, model RC5120, equipped with a Feld mainframe and a Ream-compatible printer.
We have one of these down at the station, but I never really learned how to use it.
The machine lights up like some prehistoric animal stirring from its slumber, revealing fluorescent play and print keys on the keyboard. The hatch on the machine's central compartment is wide open. It's empty like a beehive without its brood. Some cables have been left dangling, disconnected. The filament you have would fit perfectly inside the compartment.
Oh, really? This is the production schedule.
Like a smooth draw, the filament slides into place. On the keyboard, the play key starts blinking.
Nice. Cool.
A bar of fabric right above the keyboard starts producing a soft hum. The sound of static seeps through the machine's planar magnetic driver. Oh no. It was already glowing and now it's also making a sound. The static gets louder, slowly filling up the abandoned hall, until a voice speaks out, crackling and old.
Good afternoon. Fortress accident en rue de Saint-Ghislaine. This is East Insulindian Repeater Station 1.
This is a human interface.
What?
A retired person sitting behind a switchboard somewhere.
Please repeat. Is this the production schedule?
What?
Fortress Accident is the company on whose name the terminal you are currently using has been registered to. One moment. Fortress Accident SCA produces revolutionary
Radio
interactive
games.
call-in radio games. That's what the catalog says.
That's not bad.
Any other questions? The filament you have inserted into the reader.
Oh yeah, the one that I put in.
That was a question. Have you inserted it into the core? Good. Please repeat the password.
Password? Of course it would have a password. That's why there's a human administrator involved. You should ask her for a hint.
No.
A hint system is not part of the protocol for repeater stations.
I am contractually obliged to protect the privacy of the filament holder Fortress Accident. Without filing a warrant with Lintel, I cannot give you access to this filament.
I'm afraid we are not doing that, unless we want to.
Now, can you please repeat the password? Still no. Received. I will register this login.
That sounds bad. A login attempt, don't worry. Passwords have a way of turning up, sooner or later.
Fortress Accident. Is there anything else I can do for you to thank you and goodbye?
Tiles on the cube are still smoldering. Nothing happens. This old fireplace is covered in lines drawn in blue and red marker, the mesh spreading over the stone like blood vessels on alabaster skin. It looks ghostly and strangely ancient. The whole thing resembles Kadran mosaic tiles. Very pedantic. History classes, students with their textbooks open, studying the roots of our civilization. Those aquarelle blue tiles looked beautiful in the sun. Radio frequencies, it seems. UKV 123.6, UKV 123.7, UKV 123.9. Some written notes, too. Sparse and cryptic, unclear. It looks like a cardiovascular system split into veins and capillaries. Very advanced.
Wow.
You think so? The web is comprised of radio stations, all lead back to one red heart, titled the Game Master Frequency. A note says, this one can listen in on any station it wants. Looks like a surveillance program. They must have had massive airwidth. These things don't come cheap. Whoever decides to call in to a call-in station, it looks like a list of names under the stations suggests people across 6 Isolas would be playing. Muindi, Insulinda, Kotla, Grad, Samara, and even Il Mara. There's no way a little basement studio working here could pull anything like this off.
Right. Everyone here is
My
gone.
God. It's as if the less money they had, the more ambitious their project became.
Right.
Exactly. This schedule, I know doom when I see it. The company was running out of funding.
Nothing. It's just lines on marble. An echo from times long gone. No one has used the fireplace in ages.
Okay. That doesn't tell me the password.
Okay. What do you think is going on with that computer, chalkboard, and fireplace?
Counterintelligence program.
No, that's not it. I think
Like he's ready to lay out a fine theory, crafted together like a puzzle box.
Right.
it looks like one of those popular pen and paper role-playing games, only these people were trying to automate it, make it work on radio computers.
I
Utter
know, right?
madness, he thinks, as a compliment.
Through call-in stations, none of the players have to be physically present. Anyone in the world can participate in the game, as long as they have a two-way radio. Then there's the Game Master Frequency that listens in on the smaller call-in stations. I think that was supposed to coordinate the stories, functioning as a master of ceremonies of sorts.
His fascination has swept
style.
aside other concerns for the moment. He's a little hooked. Coordinating so many games would take a whole switchboard of people, possibly divided into sub-frequencies.
Right.
Not to my knowledge. They make automated games in Grad, Messina, Königstein. You know, places with industry. But I don't think anyone has attempted to create an inter-isolary game before. We just don't have the technology. Indeed, those Welkins are a dead giveaway. Role-playing people love that stuff. The world looks like a modified version of the WeWorld board game, with hit death thrown in.
Super cool. Someone should give them millions of real immediately. This game is too good to be left.
No idea. They stopped filling out the schedule on the chalkboard. Indeed, it's ambitious and untethered from reality, but
What?
it's too late for that, I'm afraid. Okay, let's keep moving.
Loneliness. Oh, this is just going to another area. There's 2 areas apparently. One is out the door and another one over here.
Looks like someone tried to reconceptualize their business here. Look, The skis and rotor blades both bear the same Slipstream logo. It seems likely that they started out making one, failed to turn a profit, and then pivoted to producing the other. That's a good question. Reality is ruthless.
True. Not sure if you can actually find out the password though. Let's check out the outer section. We have that. What? We don't have. Yes. Oh, this is cool. This looks like a bridge.
You see a terrifying ice bear with a strange compartment in its belly. This ice bear is a hyper carnivore. The bear looks oddly realistic. Is it taxidermy?
Taxidermy.
The lieutenant doesn't answer. A gust of freezing cold air rushes to greet you. You hear a low grumble. The lieutenant takes a peek inside. His hand has found the holster of his gun.
Of course, just a giant ice bear-shaped fridge. Let's take a look inside.
The shelves are empty. All you see are crumpled ice cream wrappers with the brand name, Revachol Ice City. A handwritten note has been attached to the door. You pocket the note and the little fridge magnets keeping it on the door. A friendly cartoon bear smiles back at you from a glossy cellophane wrapper. It looks nothing like the fridge. The paper still smells of vanilla and chocolate.
What?
Good question. It looks like an ice cream fridge.
Somewhere in the past, it's summer. 5-year-old Fifette lets go of her mother's hand, change jingling in her pockets as she hops towards the ice cream stand. As she makes her way to the market stall, the girl starts crying. A ferocious ice bear is guarding the fridge. Her mother rushes to soothe her, but Fifette doesn't want ice cream anymore. She just wants to go home.
I know. What an unfortunate marketing choice.
Yeah,
What is
that's kind
even
of
worse,
creepy though.
The bear is still costing them money to this day.
Yeah.
The fridge buzzes with energy. The electricity bill on this thing must be catastrophic.
Damn, boy. Oh.
A few bricks have fallen off, revealing a compartment behind the wall. It's too dark to see in.
Seems like an old bunker from the revolutionary period. Look at all those rifles. Must be an old weapons cache.
Oh.
There is, yes. And there also appears to be something inside the hole. Interesting. Do you want to take a look?
Your hand reaches deep into darkness and spiderwebs. Rummaging around, you find rusty rifles. Most of them are rusty and inoperable, like the rest. But one catches your eye. A bolt-action, an old Bell McGrave rifle.
Yes, we found it.
Revolutionary era. Prized for its reliability more than its accuracy. Take it. You're a police officer. Police officers carry guns.
That's a rare sight. Seems to no longer be functional, but still a beautiful thing in its own way. It's the same type of weapon, yes, a breech loader. But it's not the same gun. This one's been out of order for years. I'm afraid our search for the real murder weapon must continue. It means there are firearms, breech loaders, still lying around in Martinez. This would have been good in our case against Ruby for Titus. Too late for that now. But still, might be useful down the road.
He likes this find.
Here we go again. Note.
The note is written with a blue pencil on a piece of lined off.
Does it say anything interesting?
This is tangential at best, but the lieutenant's detective instinct is still active. Someone has scribbled, S. I can't believe the off-site copy is still here. The illiterate ginger kid keeps stealing stuff from the studio, so I had to hide it. So you'll find the filament memory with the off-site copy in the frozen ice cream maker. Please take it home, ASAP. It's important. I'd do it myself if I lived in a civilized place with a freezer.
Looks like someone from that radio game company upstairs. I'm a little surprised they just left their property lying here. That's a plausible hypothesis.
True.
It belongs inside a radio computer, storing its memory. It's like a tape. You listen to disco tapes, right? It's like one of your disco tapes. Oh, really? You don't have a single guess?
Oh, right.
Oh, I'm sure that child would love to get his hands on a filament memory. Even if he doesn't know what to do with it, he'd probably try to pawn it for speed, based on our encounter. I don't know. I assume it's somewhere close to the ice bear fridge.
Ice cream maker.
This orange machine is buzzing like an old submarine. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner on top, and turning the crank feels oddly satisfying, like stirring your childhood dreams. In the distance, you hear water dripping. You slip your fingers under the frozen lid, but the ice is too cold for you to get a good grip. A pry bar would come in handy here.
Yes, please.
No, this is going to need something else. Some kind of super pry bar. Don't even try to open it with a regular pry bar. You're just wasting your time. If you want to try again, then you need to have the pry bar in your hand, detective.
Equip the pry bar by going to the Tools tab.
Shit, man. Seriously? But let me check the area before we go for the pry bar.
2 cables are plugged into the breaker box. The red one leads to the ice bear fridge, and the black one to the ice cream maker nearby.
The red one leads to the ice bear fridge.
An electric sizzle. The room is slightly quieter now.
Yay. Yeah, I'm gonna keep the ice cream maker on, just in case.
A thick layer of coal dust covers the furnace, coloring it pitch black. It's dark and grimy here. In the darkness you can hear chatter. The echo is so prominent, it's impossible to discern what the voices are saying or what's producing them.
What are you doing? Wait, really? We should investigate, see if someone's upstairs. Looks like it. Looks like an old central furnace used to heat the building. It's connected to the chimney. No one has used it in ages. No signs of any recent fire. Only dead rats.
Your hands are oh, what?
A hollow ring goes through the furnace. Your toe hurts.
Out.
A lush layer of coal now covers your skin, sinking. Maybe you could paint something with this coal. Leave a cave painting for future archaeologists. No, still, it's good to have this dirt on you. Real men wear coal for makeup.
What the heck?
This orange machine is buzzing like an old submarine. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner on top and an electric freezer that appears to be frozen shut.
It's on outside.
The ice leaks beneath the pry bar. You could swear you succeeded, but the lid simply won't budge. You see the pry bar's metal handle bending right before your very eyes.
Yeah, well, that's a good pry bar. I'm not criticizing it, but this ice cream maker is frozen shut. I have no idea, officer. This ice cream maker isn't important enough to requisition a special tool.
Sooner or later, you will stumble upon a tool mighty enough. Then we will know what's in this mysterious ice cream maker.
Right.
An iron safety curtain curves before your eyes, folded like a bellows. It covers half the room. This is directly above the central furnace in the cellar. The voices probably came from here. What an odd thing to do. Nothing happens. Still nothing. Those curtains prove to be surprisingly sturdy.
Out.
Your fist hurts now.
There must be another way to wake up whoever is in there. Maybe we should ask the lady in the bookstore what's going on here.
Right. Nothing stone. Okay.
You broke down the back door, the wards, the door. It's all gone now. Dark psychic energy leeching onto my shop. I suppose it's all over now. I guess there's no escape. Just a door? This place is cursed, Detective. They don't call it the doomed commercial area for... I hope you're happy now. Happy that you've ruined everything. Now that...
Host Almighty, she prays. Guard me and my honest business venture from the curse that lurks behind the door. Blessed be your name.
Of course you didn't. You're nothing but a policeman. All right. You know what? I'm willing to let you investigate the doomed commercial area. We are set on the path. There's little else to do.
Her facade has dropped. Now you see the curiosity behind the fear.
But before we go on, tell me, did you encounter the malignant entity?
L?
Yes. The malignant entity that lives inside the chimney.
Ah.
It takes the shape of a woman, a witch probably. I've suspected that she knows more about the curse than she lets on ever since I first saw her. Yes, I've heard that. It's enormous. She has barricaded herself behind some metal security curtains upstairs. God knows what she's doing there. Some unnatural magic, I assume. You should go find the entity and ask what happened to all the companies in the building. And do return to me after you've talked to it. I'm quite anxious to know what she has to say about the curse.
If you're really interested in cracking this mystery, then we should go back to the furnace. Maybe you could yell into it.
Despite his cool, the lieutenant's interested in solving this mystery too.
Okay, but please, only a few questions. You wouldn't want to disturb the spirits. Yes, I've contacted numerous parapsychologists and even a pair of Simonese mediators. They provided me with the ward. The wards help to keep the doom at bay and protect us against the darkness that lies further in the building. Oh, this? No, it's a special Himian amulet, blessed by desert pygmy shamans with a spell of compulsion. It's to compel people to buy books.
Really?
There are numerous spells cast throughout the store. I had the books anointed with a different inducement spell, for example. It's guaranteed to boost sales 15%.
You just got scammed.
Doesn't seem like the spell is working. There are no customers around except you.
Right? It's a scam.
Sir, I am well educated in the commercial and esoteric arts. I know what to do and what to avoid.
Friendlier, yeah, that's one thing. Customer service. How about sale?
Discount my wares? I can see, sir, that you don't value books very highly. Besides, this would only tempt the phantoms of doom. They can sense the desperation, you know.
Words on the back door.
Yes, the Simonese are very crafty and their wards are extremely powerful. Lesser wards simply won't do here. It's not good to talk about the curse, not in detail. The negativism, it's dangerous.
Wow. Void raves. You have new words. Such raves may prove a formidable enemy.
The curse is so much worse than you could imagine. It's a disease, eating at the very foundation. It's the curse. of financial distress, of ruin and bankruptcy.
Right. Your daughter
It's not
mentioned
just
the same
that,
thing.
officer. We're dealing with something supernatural here. It's the cacodemons feeding off bad business practices and
Cacodemons.
disappointing income statements. There's something wrong with this building, I can tell you.
The woman looks aloof, her features much softer. Heavy wooden doors, more than twice your height, stand. The lock turns easily, feels like electricity, and a very small piece of nothingness.
Let's go.
A great whoosh of air rushes into the dark innards of the church, as though rushing to fill a great vacuum. In the heart of the city,
Ooh, okay. Where the heck are we? Oh. There's some kind of abandoned church. This is huge. I need to use my flashlight. Lock. Patient. Variable.
the silence in this part of the church, it's almost palpable. All the shifting matter and shuffling of living things is gone. Nothing seems to exist beyond the church anymore. Maybe if you were to stand in just the right spot, even your footsteps would be completely silent. And then it's gone. Almost all of it. But for the faintest of hums, it seems the sound here is detached from its source somehow, if not blotted out outright. Truly unusual. You can hardly hear your own breathing. You produce a few muffled thumps, after which the silence feels even more total, somehow.
Yeah?
Your voice is barely audible. Not a howl, but the softest of whimpers. It's unnerving. The lieutenant points to his ears and shakes his head.
Can you hear anything?
Can't hear shit.
I wonder why the church was built with such strange acoustics.
The lieutenant doesn't reply, but you can sense the orderly rows of ceiling panels become barely visible, then disappear completely in the darkness of the tower overhead.
Try to see beyond the shadow. Nice. Go. Man, this is one huge church.
It's like there's something moving up there. A
Really?
shadow has emerged from the tower and it's making its way toward you through all the other shadows.
What?
Yes, the darkness makes the ceiling feel infinitely far away.
What?
It's climbing down, holding on the beams.
Okay.
It's not a shadow anymore, becoming
Human?
more substantial as it gets closer. The shape of an animal descends.
Officer, is there something up there?
Oh no, you've lost sight of it.
Yeah.
Where did it go? Prepare for an attack.
Shit.
You see something hanging from the rafters, looking straight at you with dark eyes.
Looks like a monkey.
Maybe it's possible to talk to it.
Dude.
Holding the gun feels natural and satisfying. It's like an extension of your arm. It
Right.
reminds you of the day you first held it, with fear and respect, hoping you don't have to use it in vain. The sun was out in Jamrock. It was so long ago. But this is your gun. It's more of a symbol than anything else, because there is always a rational sensible, reasonable solution to every situation. Sheathe it and know you have the moral high ground.
Right. Okay, let's check out the other area before we go. Brawl. What is it?
A machine stands in the corner, watched over by the figures on the stained glass window.
Another radio computer.
Another one?
And this time it's already turned on.
These machines sometimes harbor traps, he thinks, alarm systems and the like.
We should leave. I doubt this place bears any connection to the case. It's also quite similar to the one we have down at the station. Must be the same model.
The one you saw earlier was the Ream Civic. This is the Ream Prefect, a model number RC7024, equipped with a Fell mainframe and a Ream-compatible interim printer. The Ream Prefect is the governmental version of the commonly used Ream Civic model. Although mostly based on the same technology, the Ream Prefect is equipped with better noise attenuation circuits.
Ooh, high tech.
You see fluorescent play and print buttons on the keyboard. A hatch connected to the central compartment is wide open. The lieutenant says nothing. You see the machine's glowing frame reflected back from his diamond-shaped glasses. Behind the hatch sits a cube-like crisscross of filaments, smoldering in the dark like fireflies. Silver tape on the side says, in black marker, another filament memory. Press play to talk with the repeater.
Hold on. Let me just analyze this. I want to ask me some questions. Oh.
In white, silver, and apricot faience, the young mother of humanism stands above you. This is Her Innocence, Dolores Day.
Hey, Dolores Day. Nice.
Cradled in her arms are a pair of glowing lungs, clearly visible from underneath her flowing dress. You should kneel. Your knees touch the floor. The floorboards are hard and cold. There you kneel among the snowdrifts, diffuse light falling on your hands from beyond the glass. The world is silent, but for the creaks and cracks of the massive wooden structure behind you. It covers you from the wind outside. The ocean feels distant, its ebb and flow blocked off by the centuries-old pinewood sarcophagus around you. Cold air seeps in through the crack in the glass, cooling the sweat on your forehead. The woman looks down at you kneeling. She towers among her followers, architects, laymen, courtiers. She acknowledges the passing of someone who is still alive.
Compassion.
As that soft word passes through your mind, the lieutenant draws an X-shaped cross from shoulder to shoulder. Your fingertips touch your chest 4 times. Then you rise from your knees into the apricot-colored light of the window. Above you, the woman still smiles her distant smile, sundered by the crack in the glass.
The old woman in the village was right. This must be the Dolorian Church of Humanity in Martinez, or the small Pinewood Church in some records. It's a minor landmark, not easy to find. Most maps misplace it. It was built not long after Ravachol's founding, 300 or so years ago, by first-generation settlers.
On the coast of an uninhabited archipelago where only animals had roamed before.
There used to be 7 stave churches on the coast. Les Sept Sœurs, they call them, the 7 sisters. Only one remains. The rest were burnt in the revolution or used for building materials. We should be respectful here, although the building appears to be deserted. I do not believe we'll find the instigator here. Something else, perhaps?
Respectful? Is the lieutenant a follower of DeLoreanism?
Yes, we all are. Her name, body, and rule are synonymous with humanism. The laws we enforce are DeLorean in origin.
The woman looks by in silence, smiling enigmatically.
It's not spiritual, it's constitutional. The DeLorean system does not demand faith, only accordance.
see. Let's check out the glass.
Jigsaw of broken shards falls into place in front of you, a ghostly reconstruction of the stained glass window. Before it was shattered, there was an older woman beneath the younger one, and a text, a light motif below them both. Unknown. A motor carriage, a gunshot, someone falling into it, or maybe just hooligans looking for something to break. The escutcheon on her throne says, Irene the Navigator. She is depicted as an older woman wearing thick-rimmed eyeglasses, holding a golden Reichsapfel in one hand and a scepter in the other. Small figures of wise men, common men, worshippers walk up the stairs to stand at her feet. Secret servicemen, 30 years, stand in a row guarding her. Below both women, in luminous black letters, Après la vie, mort. Après la mort, la vie de nouveau. And then along the left side, Après le monde, la gré. Après le gré, le monde de nouveau.
Sounded so nice.
After life, death. After death, life again.
Nice.
After the world, the pale. After the pale, the world again. This is the great leitmotif of humanism.
Death, life again. After the world, the pale. After the pale, the world again. This exaltation is common in Dolorian sacralism. In the early years, it was even incorporated as the RCM slogan: justice, union, prudence, and force. So do I.
The mother of humanism towers above you, a wax painting on a cracked pane of glass.
Go.
Nothing has, despite the damage you've done to yourself. The title appears lodged in your hippocampus. This is Her Innocence, Dolores Day. The innocence of humanism. No amount of Commodore Red can wipe her sad smile from your brain thing. It has survived the deluge and haunts you still. Many things. You know she was a woman of the court, the wife of an influential Marchese, and eventually the principal advisor to Irene la Navigateur. Terribly, women of the court were expected to play both contract bridge and chess sufficiently well to prove an interesting challenge to a man. A simple grasp in matters of philosophy, she made the most of her position in the antediluvian court. A court visited by the most prominent thinkers and artists of the day. In secret, she was becoming the era's preeminent philosopher of the state. She was an almost preternaturally magnetic and intelligent individual. To her contemporaries, she appeared out of time, a messenger from the future of the species. It was on her advice that Irene la Navigateur sponsored a number of voyages into the Pale. A costly, often tragic endeavor, ultimately vindicated by the discovery of the new world. She was crowned 2 years after the first expedition returned, setting in motion what is widely considered the greatest era in history. Wow, indeed. When her innocence was declared, and the queen she had advised for years fell on her knees before her, she was so overcome with emotion. Bystanders reported golden filaments lighting the already sunlit chamber around her, clearly visible beneath her dress. That is why the lungs are the symbol of love for the cultures of the Real Belt.
Okay, interesting.
The highest category of historic individual, and more. An innocence is elected to office by the founding party. An innocence is infallible. The decisions made by one are not decisions. They are inevitabilities. No, we are alone.
Oh.
300 years ago, in the wake of the discovery of this, as did we all, the lands of the Mesk and the Occident, and even far away Supremwindi, in a city called Advesperaskit in Vesper Messina, her homeland, she was dressed in a white and pearl dress on an emptied-out plaza with the crowd far away. Oh yes, she looked like humanity's young mother, a perfect mother, insultingly beautiful. It was as if her face and shoulders and hands were covered in a soft down of underfeathers. Midwinter snow was beating the cobblestones around her. A small attaché of officials stood by as one of the men in this secret service killed her 22 years later. A young man who had come to suspect that Dolores Day was not entirely human, something that had walked in our midst, watching us stumble for hundreds, if not thousands of years, until it decided to interfere in the course of our history. We were supposed to come up with this ourselves. Dolores Day was shot in the chest with a fowling piece 8 times. The man, thought to be insane, said he once touched her and her body had been unnaturally warm. This inhuman quality was witnessed by many others as well, glowing lungs and all. It is commonly attributed, terrifying is a term too emotional, although she is often considered to be the greatest human being. She was the most socially secluded and least self-aware of all the innocences. Some modern thinkers would consider her a war criminal for the campaigns she waged against the Mesk state. The Mesk state tried to detach itself from innocentic rule. She adored chess, yes, but also military war games. Little is known of her Marchese husband. It's as if he vanished from history after completing his role, which was to introduce Dolores Day to court. In conclusion, yes, there is something lonely, paranoid. This subtle terror is part of her iconography.
Lieutenant Yefreighter, you've stood there for over 5 minutes. What are you thinking of, if I may ask?
Oh, criminal.
That she is. A great sacred piece. I wonder what we are doing here, however. In this church, I mean. The coast in general. We shouldn't linger.
Okay, we're done.
Hey, her innocence Dolores Day liked little figurines, right? Liked holding little men between her fingers, remember? You have the headless Falcon Rider figurine. You should give it to her. Win her back. Don't be so pessimistic. Love doesn't die. So very, very, very nifty.
This is weird. Okay. Then
The mother of humanism stands above. Why? That does seem to be a problem. Maybe you meant some. I don't know. What are we thinking of? The mother of humanism towers above you. A wax painting on a cracked pane of glass.
let's go.
The
Practice.
machine's keyboard. The speaker comes to life.
Good afternoon. Fortress accident on Saint-Brune. This is the East Insulindia.
It's the same old woman you spoke with through the radio computer in the doomed commercial area.
Good. Please repeat.
Let's look around. There's no use trying to guess the answer.
Received. Fortress accident. Is there anything else I can do for you today? Yes, I am alive. I am...
She repeats passwords. Programming people are paranoid.
I work as a repeater at the East Insulin. As for me, well, I am sitting in my cubicle.
On an island on the river Esperance, a small woman, all skin and bones. Doesn't it get lonely? Sitting there all by herself.
Lonely? Why would it get lonely?
That's why she does this.
Now, please tell me why you're calling Fortress Accident.
Okay.
Goodbye.
The machine's keyboard is still.
Let's see. Good.
Is that a man? A man made of the same stuff. The crab man.
The crab man.
The man leaned forward a little.
Habitual alcohol use has made you into a scared little pussy, Holmes. But don't worry, everything...
That accent is Villalobos, a peninsula in Mesk and a district in Jamrock. There's a sizable contingent of Villalobos-speaking Mesks in Revachol.
Here you can receive the mother's love. And when you're ready, she will take your hand and lift you out of the despair at the bottom of that bottle.
This man is obviously a habitual narcotics user. Do we really need to question him?
I'm put off by this religious stuff, he thinks. And maybe the ceiling climbing too. Hey, and what was that about the bottle again? You haven't even drank that much lately. Lay off it already. Shish.
Oh yeah, sure. You don't know anything about alcohol use. You got it all under control, Way. I could smell the control all the way over here. Not all of it. I was like you once.
You know, actually, since we're here, you may want to pay attention to what this...
If the lieutenant agrees, then maybe. Look at these crazies. What is this? A fucking intervention?
The grave's coming for your little identities. This is the Church of the Mother of Silence. You are welcome here. Other spooker? Oh, esa viejita es muy estudiosa. Don't know, Holmes? No. I just call her viejita because of her clothes. She's
Wait, what if it's Ruby?
Oh, yeah.
Did it ever seem to you like she was hiding here from something?
You mean like a fugitive? No, man. Quite the opposite. I don't think she cared much about...
I see. And where is she?
I told you, Holmes. I don't know. Don't really follow her comings and goings. Just see her typing on her computer now and then. We got different interests. I'm afraid not, Essay.
Or search through her radio computer.
Too many times, Essay.
Surveys are a good way to fish for personal information, especially in the name of public safety.
Yes, breathe.
Don't sweat it, vato. The password is afterlife death.
Woohoo! Nice.
What you think of that? Makes me almost pity la niñita pequeña when I hear it. The ones in the tent outside, right? I see them, think they scared of me. Nah, man, they look pretty funny, and I don't harm no one anymore. Anyway.
Though he used to, a long time ago.
Why not? They wouldn't bother me none. I'm usually way up there, imbibing. Ain't no music on earth that can reach where I go. Might even be nice to have some company.
He said that in spite of himself. He's more attached to the human than he'd like to think.
Ooh.
Never known myself to be a crab. But if that's the name you got for me, I won't stop you from using it. I always thought of myself more like a flame. Flickering.
That's not the only technique he's working on. Look at those carved sculptures. And is that a satchel of tools over there?
Sure am. Whittling wood used to be something I just did to busy my hand. Now I use those same hands in service of something greater than my own restlessness. It's all just for the mother, man. No need to overthink it. I was in a gangway, but my memories of that time are fading. Most of them are already gone.
Sounds convenient.
Convenience has got nothing to do with what goes.
There's a profound longing in that gaze, like he wants to be.
Do you remember your names?
The lieutenant is not particularly interested in this information.
Tiago's my name, but those syllables don't mean much to me these days. A name isn't just your identity, but also your place amongst your fellas, your place in the world. I ain't got no use for such a place anymore. That's just the thing, Holmes. None of that matters. This is a special place. There's a perforation in the world up there. I circled it, nurtured by the silence bestowed by the mother. One of these days, I'll be pure enough to go drink from it directly. I think they were. A long time ago. I had to shed them.
They'd only stop him from climbing. They look pretty dapper, actually.
No. There's a new god in town. And she can be painted or sculpted. She is a cavity in the dark beyond sense. She saved me. But I couldn't describe her to you. No one can, Holmes. And no one ever will.
His adoration is beyond sexual. This cavity is something that no human form has.
I'm a seraph, Holmes. I sing the mother's glory. I don't mean literal singing, Holmes. This is the mother of... You may be thinking, but fire crackles. No, Holmes. That's the material that's burning. Hard to say. I think I did some construction work here. Back when I still had material. Been spending a lot of time here ever since. The past is nothing to me now, eh? It didn't belong. I will be incinerated, but not destroyed. It's not like that at all, man. It's just faith and joyful service.
Too gleeful, those words. He is lying. Not to you, to his very own self.
Hey.
I know it will take time.
The sinewy figure lingers on the...
Police raid a while back.
This raid? Seriously?
Did you witness it?
Not really. Or at least I don't remember much of it anymore. The mother's love has done its job. That's what's so great about the mother. It lets you forget about everything. I think we're done here, Essay.
That was an interesting conversation. However, I'm still not sure whether we'll find our suspect here.
Oh, we did get a clue about it.
Date of birth generator.
Let's see if this is a good one.
You were born in the year 07. In the last year of the commune of Revachol, right before it fell, in the old military hospital on the ground floor, where people usually came to die during a snowstorm. The revolution had about 1 year left to go, and the fires were still burning bright. There were explosions in the blizzard. This was 44 years ago. You are 44 years. The machine's keyboard is the speak.
Good afternoon. Votre accident. Good. Please, good. I have unlocked the filament. After ending the call, please press print to access the filament.
Yes, please.
Votre accident. Is there anything else I can do for you today?
Print that.
I have 2 machines registered to this company.
Saint-Brune, that's the church. And Rue de Saint-Guylaine, that's the doomed commercial area.
Right.
Anything else I can help you with? Goodbye.
The machine's keyboard is the printer prints out a long text document with dated paragraphs. It looks a bit like someone's journal. The first entry, made on the 4th of February, 51, by an unknown author, is short and concise. Arrived at the church. The door was boarded up, so I used a crowbar to get inside. Looks like the place has been deserted. Nothing out of the ordinary, but I'll ask around. Need to figure out how to get the electricity in. The lieutenant leans closer, scouring the printout over your shoulder.
4th of February. That's over a month ago. Whoever set up those machines has been here for quite a while.
Far away?
Our case? No, I don't think so. It must be some local eccentric.
6th of February, 51. Had a little chat with the local fishermen. Said I shouldn't go near that place, that the church was spooky. And see, even one of the spookers themselves says it's unnerving. What was that about narcotics? This could prove to be interesting. See, ridden with narcotics, just like Andre said.
I doubt that we can find any. It's just idle fishermen's gossip to scare away the kids. Nothing spooky about this place either. It's just...
Then why doth the lieutenant protest against spending time here so often? 7th of February, 51. Finally got the electricity in. Next on the agenda. And
why would anyone need any of this equipment here?
For setting up a radio computer.
Right.
8th of February, 51. Bought the antenna. Had some problems setting it up. Called Simor for help. Heard the others are back to making art. Drinking somewhere out of town. Sulislav started a rock band again. Lexi has been seen asking money from strangers, but at least the artists have their act together. They're qualified labor. They can get work anywhere. Graphic design. I just have to find out what caused that data loss and be done with it.
Long, though.
Still don't understand how it managed to wipe out the backup, when the backup wasn't even connected to the front. I know. Everyone thinks it's impossible.
Seems like something to do with radio computers. And something about the backup data getting destroyed. And how everyone thought it was the author's fault. I think these people worked in the radio computer games business. The one we saw in the Doom commercial area.
Yeah, true.
They must be our former co-workers.
12th of February, 51. Brought some food from the grocery store. Apparently, there's a strike going on in the harbor. Definitely not happy to see the Martinez people again. Everything's now set up in the church. Going to start working tomorrow, 8 a.m.
The strike. We are nearing the date of the murder. Keep reading. I'm interested now. I want to know what's that radio anomaly that sent this person here in the first place.
25th of February, 51. I've been sending data up to Lintel for a while now, trying to recreate the data loss, but nothing.
Quite a gap.
Didn't even feel like logging in, the disappointment. But I did discover a curious audio-spatial anomaly at the back of the church. I've named it the Swallow. It swallows sound. Need to get some mics.
Is she talking about?
28th of February, 51. Yes, the first recordings confirm that the Swallow is real, and I'm not just losing my mind. It's a pillar of silence, with a diameter of approximately 3 meters. Seems like the higher I go, the less I record. This might be a coincidence, or it could be connected to the data loss that led me here.
The pillar of silence.
Yeah.
She is talking about the silence. Is she suggesting it's more than just an architectural quirk?
The lieutenant doesn't answer. He follows your gaze, studying the basins. The water shines in March 51.
Oh.
Some kind of young disco men have appeared next to the church. I've been trying to record the silence to find the epicenter, but now it turns out I've also been capturing the future of dance music, one neo-disco song over and over again.
Oh, that's the gang.
Fortunately, the song is so monotonous, I was able to devise an algorithm to factor it out. The other day, one of the disco men came in. Before I could even say hello, she got scared and left. Good, I don't want anyone distracting me from my work. That disco man must be a cell.
Yep.
The girl on the ice? Sounds like her, yes.
March 51. I got a call from the repeater station. Someone has tried to access the radio computer in our old office in Martinez. Can't do anything about it. The storekeeper still doesn't want to let me inside the building. Thinks I'm part of some kind of curse. How Martinez of her.
Oh.
I knew it wasn't a good idea to meddle with the machine.
Oh.
No. It was a great idea. You're learning things. This is how you learn things about machines. March 51. A new 2-meter aux cable. Noodles. Crackers. Ping energy drinks. Your reading is interrupted by the sound of the church door. A strange woman makes straight for the radio computer.
Oh. Uh-oh. We got found out.
Breaking into my radio computer, I see.
Yes, you are breaking in, but not into her radio computer. You're a master circuit bender.
I do apologize for the intrusion, madame. We are with the RCM, you see.
No one's hiding here. It's just me and my computer, and it has been this way for weeks. Now please give me some room. I need 2 seconds to see that you haven't destroyed anything.
We should talk to her after she has rebooted the machine.
Okay.
What is it? Yes. Or no. Not anymore. That project is dead.
She doesn't seem surprised to be recognized. Rather sad. Something passes over her face before she straightens her back.
I am Soona Luukkanen-Kilde, the former lead programmer of Fortress Accident and RSA radios. I have over 16 years of programming experience, and I'm proficient in both Vox and Orbis languages.
No wonder.
If you're not here to hire me, I don't really know how I can help you.
Did she say over 16 years of experience? She must have started programming when she was still a teenager. That still doesn't answer what she's doing in an abandoned church.
What? No one's suspicious around here.
She has not seen her, sire. 'Tis true.
Right.
I brought them here. These are my machines. Please don't touch anything. I use the AR-1 as my RAIN prefix processing unit. Yes? You really don't know anything about radio computers, do you? All right. Well, all radio computers perform operations up on air. So in order to gain more processing power, you need to invest in a good antenna. I guess it is. So far I've been quite satisfied with it. Martinez is an unstable region with bad coverage, and the operation has been surprisingly stable. But it's not the cheapest one on the market. So I wouldn't recommend it for your regular red tape operations. Fraser 1000 is a foolproof line for civilians. Anyway, you should do some research before you decide to buy anything. Ask around, compare the prices. There are many milieus dedicated to that sort of thing.
Right.
She liked telling you this. It calmed her nerves.
I'm working.
The machine seems almost alien with its pulsing core. The light casts in her face in a strange...
Could you just shh for a moment? Or get to the point. I really need to focus on something.
It's not just rudeness. It really is hard to concentrate on whatever she needs to do. And you're not helping.
So you do know something about computers. You're right. Prefect is used mostly by the government peeps. No, I don't. Because I needed something good for my investigation, and Reims Civic is widely agreed to be below all standards. Besides, owning a Reims prefect isn't such a big deal anymore.
No, actually, it is kind of a big deal. You don't see Ream prefects in every place.
I know a friend of a friend who used to freelance for the Coalition. I was actually aiming for the military-grade Reim Rational series. Prefect is mainly based on the same technology as Reims Civic, so it's kind of a rip-off. But it does have better they are connected to my Reim prefect. Whatever you do, just please don't move them up. Great. You really like those questions, don't you?
They're bloodshot. She really hasn't been getting much sleep lately, has she?
I'm conducting scientific research here. You can't throw me out. I'm looking for the location of a 2mm hole in the world.
What?
Wait, what? She's looking for a disruption in the radio waves. That's what her personal log said. The lieutenant raises his brows, but doesn't say anything.
Yes, that's what led me here. But I suspect it might be something a bit more complicated than that. Exactly. What does it mean? Up to now, it has been impossible to say what it is. What do you think it is? What qualities does nothing have? How do you measure something?
Easy. You measure it by the world around it.
Measured by the world.
Exactly. Very true. That's what I've been aiming for. That's why I have those basins. I've tried using hydro transducers to record this, but honestly, it's not progressing very well. Somewhere underneath those roof beams, I assume.
Only a faint crisscross of rafters can be made out from the dark.
There's this place at the back of the church. A place where all audible vibrations seem to decease. I've named it the Swallow. And the higher you go, the less you record.
The Pillar of Silence? Are you sure it's not just an architectural quirk?
Maybe, but it's oddly close to the physical coordinates of the data loss that led me to this place. I know. No, I don't. Because it's just trial and error, trying to locate the... And I don't have a... You know what? It would be really helpful if you could just stop talking and let me work. Great. Thanks.
Hello again. It's supposed to become like a club for a Nordic dance, except that, yeah.
The floorboards are twisting, and there will never be a club for anodic music, not in a million years.
You know, anodic, cathodic, music that's made with synthesizers and tape consoles, microcomputers too. Go ahead.
The device is still warm from her touch, and heavy as a brick from the batteries inside. The company logo, Omicron, adorns its yellow plastic cover. Inside, the tape is rolling.
Omicron?
The girl looks at the device in your
What a
hands.
coincidence.
Nothing to emote over. You put the device back on the ice.
Yes, what is it? What? I hate it.
I bet she hasn't even heard it.
Maybe I'd have to be on drugs to get it, but to a sober mind it just sounds like uninspired rug whipping. No idea what it has to do with either dancing or music. This is about those speed freaks in the tent, isn't it? I've got some news for you. It's not a nightclub they want to build here. Take a guess, why don't you?
Oh, you center. Huh. Animals.
I can't believe they got you so easily. Go have another talk with those up-and-coming entrepreneurs, will you? Thanks.
Good luck. I'm not coming in there.
Oops. Let's go again.
Yes, what is it? What?
I bet she hasn't even heard it.
Maybe I'd have to be on. This is about those. Take a guess, why don't you?
No.
I can't.
Good luck. I'm not.
Oh yes, up level.
One more door.
New thought. Right.
There is no way to open the supply depot door. Accept it. You cannot open all the doors. You have to integrate this into your character. Some doors will forever remain closed, even if every single other door will open at one time or another. Maybe to...
What's in me?
The young man with the...
This is hard. It's hardcore! Skibber-dee, skibber-danger.
Your cop training did not prepare. Could there have been a right way?
Hi again. So, how are things going? And? What happened? Oh, man! Who is he? What did you think? Really? Huh. Interesting. What's he doing in the church? What do you mean? No matter. Yeah, Noid is right.
These guys will never catch him. You will never catch him. There's nothing to do.
Why am I being such a person? Okay, you wouldn't mind it?
I don't know, man. Doesn't it feel like a major hindrance to you? A spooky guy climbing around when all the guests are trying to have nice, friendly hyper time? I guess it's not a mess. Everyone is welcome. Maybe. I guess we'll figure something out. Okay, but what about the other spooker? The one in Grandma's clothes?
Grandma.
Did you... A programmer? That's odd. What was she like? Did you ask her about the nightclub? Come on, man. Who will you trust? Feel the love! Get down and feel it! You'll get there, believe me. Anyway, now that it's settled, how did she seem? I mean, disposition-wise. About the dance... What a pity! That's my favourite thing in the world! A shame. What can we do now? Do you see a way out? Unity! Dance! And you can't just evict her? Look at you! No, Noid. He's right. Maybe we've approached it the wrong way after all. If that's okay with her, we only want to get in the... The lines in the dark exist! At least Crabman seems like an advanced... Yeah, he can do his climbing thing in the tower. And the programmer, does she like anodic dance music?
Egghead cannot believe what you just said. It makes him pump the...
No worries. We'll figure it out. If coexisting fails, you can always muscle her out, right? If it's all okay with you, what do you think? Excellent!
Nah.
Good luck, my friend.
Godly. Formidable. Let's go.
hand moves, smooth and lightning fast, to the whole as if you've done it before.
Wait! You can't, we haven't... This is so fucked up! This is not happening, officer.
He looks almost as old as you.
There needs to be a club for Nordic music in there. We need a win. I promise you this will be a win.
This will be nothing. You can hear the ice cracking. Noid surveys the situation with his face pale and blank. His eyebrow is twitching.
Okay, man, okay. Don't do it. It was just impossible. Look at us. How are we going to pull a club out in the fucking... Just like, before we do, get our fucking... Sell some fucking speed, okay? Produce and sell speed. Exactly. It was going fine. A month ago. No, man. They're spooky, all right. But the sign was, we'll do whatever you think is right, sir.
This is it. Judgment time.
Judgment time. Okay, just get off.
Pack it up, Meg.
He doesn't even look at you.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, what is it? You told them to leave? Didn't think the cops in this place had it in them. No? Yes. And? No, you're right. The Swallow, you mean? What about it? Great, thanks.